I Sit You Stand Where the Mission is funny. Today, Dave Chappelle. Deep in the heart of Texas, live at Austin City Limits. Now, I thought church basketball player from Tennessee was a super long title, but this one's even longer. Deep in the heart of Texas, live at Austin City Limits. So if you're following it, he's in the center of Texas, but he's on the outside of Austin. So it's like he's giving you directions or something. But anyway, I got high hopes. I can't lie, I like Dave Chappelle. I'm a Dave Chappelle fan. I have been since I was young. I think that his more recent stuff isn't as good as the old stuff, but that might be nostalgia. So today, we're going to go over this special, and I'm telling you, I got high hopes. I think that he'll score high, but we're about to find out.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I was in Santa Fe the other night and threw a banana peel at me. Yeah, that didn't feel so good. Of course, it was a white person. Not to indict the whites, I'm just saying. And then not only did he throw a banana peel at me, but it was premeditated. You could tell. You could tell the peel was too brown, you know what I mean? It was like, he didn't eat that banana recently. You had waiting on me. And the whole crowd was white, so it just got instantly creepy, and everyone looked like they were looking at 12 Years a Slave or something. They were all just like, who does that? And then they arrested the guy, which was... I said, someone's going to in the button in the holding cell. You know that, right? Can't just be throwing banana peels at Dave Chappelle. They're not going to let you get away with this.
So he starts it out, and he claims that a white man at a show threw a banana peel at him in the first degree. Now, instantly I'm like, first of all, as a representative of the super white delegation, I'm like, I got to defend this guy. I mean, this looks really bad. We can't have this on our Wikipedia or whatever. So, you know, I looked into this and I was thinking, I don't think the brownness of the peel tells you anything about the premeditation of this crime. Because, you know, everyone knows that white people have questionable eating habits. You know, I mean, maybe this guy likes a more mature banana. You know, not like most of you creeps that like a real young banana. He just likes them a little more mature, and I think that's fine. And we all know that banana peels are notoriously slippery. So, you know, it merely slipped out of this poor white man's hand. And then the fact that it landed next to the only black guy was just a happy coincidence. Nothing more. And, you know, this he's pushing for first degree hate crime. That's crazy. So, you know, I think it's a coincidence. Now, Dave says he wants this poor, innocent white man to be butt in jail forcibly for this. This is crazy. Everyone laughs. Everyone loves it. Everyone laughs. Okay. And I'm like, where are we at as a nation where we can talk like this? You think if he said that about a woman, everybody'd be like, yeah, do it. Right. Oh, yeah. They wouldn't do it, dude. I'll see you in court, Dave.
I remember in the beginning of Ebola, there were 2 American doctors that got sick in Africa. They flew them in a private jet straight to Atlanta to the CDC. I didn't even know CDC saw patients. There it was said they administered what the New York Times called a secret serum. I don't know what's in it. It's just like Colonel Sanders' recipe. But both of these survived. These doctors, thank God, are healthy. They are out there somewhere tonight at Whole Foods, touching vegetables, walking around. Everything's okay. Hey, Frank, how are you? Oh, you didn't hear? I had Ebola last week, but I'm doing all right now. I was bleeding out of my eyes and anus, so I got concerned, but I'm okay.
Next, we have Ebola. Scared, everyone? Am I right? I'm still terrified. They got me. I believe everything I hear. So, Ebola. And then I'm like, wait, you can go to the CDC like on Google Maps and pay them a visit? Somebody should probably do that. And I'm just like, speaking of Ebola, they always know about it ahead of time. They're like, oh, we've got cases in Africa, no known cases in the U.S. And then they're like, everybody, you can fly here. We don't care. Just let sick people. Come on in, land of the free, home of the sick. In fact, but come on in. And then they're like, we'll lock everybody in their homes. But we're not going to do anything preventative at all. Wide open. We're wide open. But if anything happens after we were wide open, you're closed. Okay.
Now ISIS is #1 on the terrorist charts. And ISIS is scary. Because if ISIS catches you, they're going to cut your head off. That's what they do. I've seen them do it on YouTube. It was fucking awful. He looked right in the camera and say, Obama, I am back. I saw that and said, oh my God. Don't like.
Next, I like this one. Because ISIS will for sure chop your neck enough times till your head comes off. But I haven't seen it because, I'm like, wait, this is crazy. These people show that, and then he's like, don't like. It was a funny joke. I like this one. This is a good one. And I personally avoided all of those crazy early internet YouTube videos or whatever website they were on. I just I heard about it luckily, and I knew that I don't need that on my soul. I've seen plenty in real life to not want the internet to drag me any further to the depths, and I just avoided them, most of them. Fate, or what was it? The Gauntlet or whatever. Oh, anyway, in the comments, tell me which one of those early internet videos left the biggest mark on you. And I know one of them did. You're thinking about it right now, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Well, how about this? What if I lived in Austin and I had a white girlfriend? It's possible in Austin. As a matter of fact, some people say it's necessary. But that's not the point. I know, that's a tough one. But what do you think I'm gonna do? Hey! God forbid somebody could shoot me. If I say I'm coming, it's still that. Oh. Doesn't mean I like getting shot.
I just want to take a moment to appreciate the subtlety in which Dave uses act outs. And this is coming probably because I watched a couple Joe Rogan specials lately, but it just shows you, like, it's supposed to be a well-crafted joke that's enhanced by an act out, not a brutal, forceful act out that's meant to beat a laugh out of people that don't know why they're laughing. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you do it. Dave.
No. If you want to get to the bottom of a matter of the heart, what you're supposed to do is ask a woman. Now, actually, there's two women that I know. They're both college professors in this little area I live in. And I meet them twice a week at Starbucks for coffee. Talk about important. And I asked the girls who's Ray Rice after he punched her in the face with all his strength. And one of my girlfriends said, David, you need to wake the up. She's staying for the money. Well, now, wait a minute, because my other girlfriend was like, I disagree. I think that she actually loves him. And I said, wait a minute, ladies, you know what? I think that you're both right. And what I was doing when I said that was preserving the possibility of a threesome with these. I've been chipping away at this one cup of coffee at a time for like 4 years. I was gonna throw all that hard work away with some Ray Rice. I don't care that much.
Now, I love a good bait and switch, and not when it's done to me, but I like to watch it when it happens to others. But anyway, so this is a well-written joke that he seamlessly parlayed from some material about his wife, and then he instantly goes into some material about objectifying 2 random women that he knows. I mean, what are we doing? He claimed to value their opinions, and then he's like, nah, I said all that to Patrice loves that. Okay? All right. Men will never, have never wanted or needed female friends. Don't let your wife tell you otherwise. Don't let your girl tell you otherwise. No. Even if they're gay, still don't trust them. Don't do it.
Huh?
Heard you can't swim. Come on, Dave. What? Dude, there's always a woman that has to yell out. And I think I came to the bottom of this. And women cannot stand to see a man express himself for more than a few minutes without losing their feelings or their emotions. And it's foolproof. I mean, they're at the special. Everybody knows they're at the special. I heard you can't swim. Come on, Dave. Isn't that racist? I mean, what is she even talking about? That's crazy. Now, Dave crushed this interaction. With the crowd work interaction. Now, has he said this before at a different show? I'd guess yes, but I can't prove it. So, good on you, Dave. You're doing good.
Santa Maria. Who got a cigarette in here? Anyone got a cigarette I can borrow? Yeah, you fella. Yeah, please. Well, let me see this. This is a Marlboro menthol. This could have been anybody. If it was a Newport, I'd be like a black dude threw that up. But a Marlboro menthol, that's one of them riddles.
Now, Cat Williams would be furious about this racist outburst about cigarettes. I mean, I don't know if you watched his thing with Joe Rogan, but that's racist. Okay? But my beef with it all is like, if you know you smoke, which we all know Dave loves to have something puffing and something in his hand or whatever, you know, why not bring your own stogs, your own cigs, your own smokes? I don't know anymore. Bogues. My scumbag friends, we used to call them bogues.
And then before I could ask her why, there was one other guy. He was in the balcony. Now, I don't think he was saying this to me, but he said this. Everybody heard him say it. He goes, "It's delicious." I don't think I've ever heard it called delicious before in my life. Now, this is not to say that it's bad, but it's definitely an acquired taste. I don't think any of us taste the first time like, hey, it's good. It needs something.
Now, one thing about Dave, he's going to tell you the truth. Now, one thing about women, they can't handle the truth. So one thing about men, you can't tell them all the gross stuff that we would overlook to get into. I mean, no one needs to hear that, okay? I mean, I wouldn't even tell other men that. It's personal. Don't talk about it, okay? But, dude, an acquired taste and it needs something was prime time. Very funny. Very funny. I loved it.
There's too many ethical questions when men do that. Like, can a gynecologist lose their license for smelling their fingers during an exam? Is that illegal? How could they not? These are men. It's like if you have a good barbecue, you don't even think about it. You just...
been saying this for the longest, and I'm sorry guys, but it's gross. Men cannot be gynecologists. That's a conflict of interest. I mean, I wouldn't even let a man coach a women's or girls' sport. It's just unnecessary. Like, is there's no girl that played this sport with all these girls that are playing this sport? It's not necessary at all. All right? It's not. But, and I'm not even that creepy. And on the record, I'm not even that creepy, but I know what goes on in a man's head. I got one. So, if women started reading minds, they might swear off men altogether. They might just, not worth it. That's gross. Yeah. But the women in the crowd are going to they're going to expose themselves. Now, if you see a laugher in the crowd, clean puss. If you see some girl in the crowd that's sad and disappointed by this joke, stank puss. So, and look, dude, I don't make the rules. I just smell my fingers. Am I right, boys?
I don't know what kind of drugs he's on, but I knew he had too much. He didn't look good. It's like this. He's like, he looked sick. And all his friends were standing around him, concerned, trying to revive him. I don't know whether it looked like some kind of gay CPR. There was fanning and
So, I like this one too. It's very relatable. And I haven't had gay CPR in quite a while since I went to conversion therapy, but I remember it having like way more mouth and a bit more penis. But another good subtle act out. I mean, it just shows me again, like, Joe Rogan is so unfunny and bad at comedy that he toured with Dave Chappelle, hung out with him. He's hung out with every comic, and he still doesn't understand comedy. Sorry, Joe. I mean, bring me on. We'll talk about it.
I said, fine. Sorry, guys. I was just worried because she looks terrible. And she just fell off the bench. Appears that her is popping out of her dress. You mind if I call an ambulance, champ? I'd rather not be at a party where ODs. There's too many questions to answer.
So, he does his little joke, and I commend him for saying because, in my experience, most comics, at least on their specials and stuff, refuse to say that. And it's like, come on. We know that's what your dad taught you and your grandfather before him. And we know that that's what you say. Stop. So, cool. But my biggest takeaway was he said it would cause too many questions to be asked. And I was like, hold on a second. I said, didn't Eddie Murphy get caught with a hooker in his car? Dude. I'm just reporting the facts. They said that, quote, it wasn't a that works when you shift in the car. It was a that was working a shift. All right? Okay? Sorry. So, all the facts. And I said, hold on, dude. Didn't Richard Pryor have sex in the butt with Paul Mooney? And I was like, dude, what is going on with these comedians? And I said, that's not even to mention all the comics that wore dresses in movies and all this other weird stuff. And I was like, I mean, I'm connecting the dots. I got pins and strings. And I said, what do all these dudes have in common? That, like, what's going on here? And it comes down to they all have curly hair. And that's just what it is. And they all have that in common. They all have curly hair or the ability to grow curly hair. And I mean, I only report the facts, so don't come after me, okay? Me personally, I actually went to an HBCU, so fine. So can't come after me.
About the way and I said, hey man, feet. He said, what? Oh, this is not a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I get women to squeeze their feet together like this, and I'm right in that little space in their feet.
Now, this is a true story told to me recently about like a very close college, okay? And it involves feet, and it involves horny men, okay? So, this is a long one, but it's amazing. So, okay. First of all, when it comes to horniest gender, men are undefeated, not at all close. They will risk it all for a fetish. Feet. Okay? I mean, it's not close. Women, cut it out. You're not that horny. Shut up. You lie. So, undefeated. Now, at a local college, there was a boy on the baseball team. He was contacted by a man and asked to send pics of his feet for $20. So he sends them. It works. He gets the 20. So he keeps sending them, you know. And then the creep guy says, "Hey, dude, if you can get other boys to send feet pics, I'll give you a commission on it, in this foot prostitution ring." So now it's a foot and cum based pyramid scheme. Okay, so it's going on. Okay, keeps going. He's getting all this commission. He's making thousands of dollars a month off of feet and this creep. That's a whole economy. They had a whole small economy off of a creep's fetish. That's how horny a man is. It's just not necessary to be that horny. So, you know, so later on he said, "Hey, meet up with me and I'll pay you $1,000 to rub my tootsies." So being a weirdo gay baseball player, he goes to rub this man's feet. And he hadn't seen him before, but he goes and he sees the dude, rubs his feet, gets the cash. So eventually this comes out, word gets out around the college. And they bring the dude in, they bring the boy in, and they're like, "What's going on? Who's this creep? Have you seen him?" And he said, yeah, I've seen him. I did see him one time. I could ID him. And so they go and they had like records or whatever. They pull the man. He IDs the creep, and it's a professor at the college. Undefeated. He ended his whole career for feet. Not even for feet. Boy feet. Stinky feet, dude. Maybe you like that more. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. I mean, all my notes here. Men are undefeated. Undefeated? All right. Okay, yep. All right.
And I watched the tape and it was awful. They got me. It was a tape of me. I was a girl, okay? But it was from before I was married. But it was not a good look. And I felt sick to my stomach. And I looked up at the clock, and then I saw my wife was coming home in 10 minutes, and I just panicked. I jerked off to the tape real fast, and then...
Now, this next one is something that only a rich man can say. If I said this, my wife would be devastated. She don't play that old homemade porn shit, all right? So it's rich man territory. And I'm not lying to you. This is a true story. I'm married now to my wife. When we were first dating, we stayed the night at a party. And I got drunk, of course. Woo! And fell asleep. While I was sleeping, she took my phone, deleted every sexy pic or vid that I had ever had in there. And at the time, you know, we were early on dating. I didn't know if we were going to get married. I was devastated. I was the one devastated. I was like, "You deleted my memories." But you can't really complain about something like that. So, you know, I mean, yeah, I should have called the cops and pressed charges. But it all worked out, boys. It all worked out. I'm married. Pigs. Right? It all worked out, okay? It worked out.
And that second tape was the worst I've ever seen in my life. It was awful. Career-ending bad. It was a tape of me jerking off to the tape a week earlier. I don't even know how they'd even get such a thing. I had to explain all of this to my wife. She was very mad.
Again, only a rich man would be saying this type of shit. And it does help that he has an Asian wife. You know, she's just glad that he didn't decide to bind her feet and keep concubines. Geraldo said that's racist, and he's a lawyer, so...
Late at night, I came in the room and she was actually changing for bed. You can always tell your wife is mad at you when they cover their titties up when you walk in. Oh. Let those titties out. It's me, baby.
Now, let those titties out, baby, is funny. But he's spot on when it comes to women hiding their naked body when they're mad at you. And really, it tells you that they really do see their body as a commodity. You know, it's like they're the shop owner and you can't buy the goods. And not only can you not buy the goods, you can't even window shop. Avert your eyes.
We talked, and you know what she told me? She told me that she was madder about the second extortion tape than she was about the first one. Which doesn't make sense at all. What's wrong with a guy touching his own private parts? It's my own business. It's not like I do it all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes I do it for her benefit. A lot of guys do this. It's called the mercy jerk. That's the one that happens in the middle of the night when you're about to roll on top of it and you see her face and you're like, she looks tired. That takes a lot of love and discipline to back out of a room with a rock hard. Sometimes I don't make it. Someone fell asleep with their socks off, didn't they? You can't feet. You can't feet.
Dude, of course she's more upset about the second video, bro. If I did something like that, my wife would say I'm a cheater, full blown. So this is crazy. I mean, my wife thinks I shouldn't jerk off in general. So that's where I'm at with it, you know. And I did like that he brought the feet back because I love a good callback, and that was a good one. I really like that. And even better, I love when a man comes out on stage and he tells a large group of women which part of their bodies would count as a. And now that I know that the feet don't count, better get your boots, ladies.
Disgusting. Foot all on the coffee table, just stroking it out and taking my time. And I got a bowl of cereal waiting for me right here.
As nice as all that sounds, it's a lie. No man likes soggy cereal. I mean, I don't. I mean, which man wants to go around with hard and soft cereal? Ew. Is that a curly hair thing? I'll ask Eddie.
That's when you have the privacy, you can have a loud orgasm. I miss those. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Now, this act out was a little less subtle, but it was vintage Chappelle. So it's not always the volume that makes Joe Rogan's act out so atrocious, you know, even though that is part of it. It's not the volume, you know what I mean? It's the forcefulness and brutality. It's annoying. Just chill, bro. You're supposed to be funny. Why are you trying so hard? He's top 1%. You guys are civilians. Don't forget it.
You know, when a guy busts a nut, like right after that, there's a window of like 6 minutes where he does the most rational thing he ever does. That's when he's always horrified. Oh God, what have I done? Oh my God, it's everywhere. Thank you very much, Austin, Texas. I had a wonderful time.
Now, we've come to the closer. And his closer was kind of act out heavy for me, but it was decent. I'm more concerned with the order of operations. If it was me, I would have put the jerk off and the post nut clarity, horrifying nature before, and then I would have put the fucking joke at the end. Hit him with a powerful callback. Powerful. You know, laughter, applause, and then you say, yeah, that's what I thought. Have a good night. Okay, folks, how did he do? I thought he did pretty good. Let me know what you think the score should have been in the comments. In the place where you would usually tell me I suck. But anyway, intro. I thought the big N at the beginning was a little inappropriate, but then it parlayed into something that was very interesting. I thought it was well shot. I liked the whole idea of it was kind of cool. And when it had Paula Deen having fried chicken come out of her face, I said, oh, that's a 4 out of 5. So, 4 out of 5. Excuse me. Venue. So this is in Austin, but this is before Austin was as certifiably gay as it is now. So I can't really hold that against him. It was at the Moody Theater. Moody Theater, never been there. But I'm of the mind that if you're doing a special, it's not about ticket sales or how much money you made at the door. It's about the atmosphere and the effect of that atmosphere. You always hear comics saying, oh, low ceilings is really awesome for comedy. Well, if you're shooting your special and you want it to be special, don't shoot it in a huge theater. It just doesn't mesh with the art of the art. Doesn't do it. Clothing. I mean, typical curly hair dude, matching head to toe. Not too cool, not too fool. 3 out of 5. Platform. Netflix. I like it when they do their own thing. Netflix is a paywall. Another downfall of the platform he chose. So I went 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5. Bringing him to a total of 11 out of 20 out of his intro venue clothing platform. It's all right. People don't usually ace that, so we'll see. Now, when I chose to do Dave Chappelle, I knew that he's a good comic. I mean, in general, he's a good comic. This is one of those guys where if you asked any single person of any race or heritage, they would all say, yeah, I respect him as a comic. He's prolific, and he's great comic, Mount Rushmore style comic. So, I had high expectations, and I wasn't super disappointed. I mean, I'm a guy that gets disappointed. But he did really good, and when it comes to his good versus bad out of 50, he blew that out of the water. I gave him 50 out of 50. He didn't have any notable bad jokes, and he had quite a few where I really laughed. So, not very surprisingly, Dave Chappelle, 50 out of 50 in his good v bad. Okay, hack/been done. So the hackiness of this special. I mean, Dave Chappelle, he's original. He's his own guy. I mean, there's really not another guy that's similar to Dave Chappelle. So when it comes to how hacky he is, he's not hacky. I mean, there's going to be some videos where the comic is really good and it's not going to be like a nitpick fest. I'm not being biased. I'm just saying it was solid. I didn't really pick out anything that was hacky. Some stuff is like not notable, but that's every special. It's not going to be 60 minutes of laughs. You know, it can't be. So I gave him 20 out of 20 for his hackiness. Oh, checks out. Not hacky. Nice. Okay, opener and closer. This is out of 10. You know this. I mean, come on. So, out of 10. And the opener, do I think he was unfair to the banana peel guy? Yeah, he was unfair to him. And am I going through litigations as we speak? Yeah. And free that man. But, was it a bad joke? No, it was above average. So, for the opener, I gave him the old 3 out of 5. And then for the closer, again, above average. Like I said, there was a little bit of kind of like act out heavy, and I think he should have changed the order of it. So I gave him a 3 out of 6 or 3 out of 5 on that too, bringing him to a 6 out of 10 for the opener and closer. What's his score, boys? So, Dave Chappelle. Deep in the heart of Texas, Dave Chappelle live at Austin City Limits. 2017 special. Scores. Let me get the envelope. Thanks. And it says here, the suspense is killing you and me. 87. Dude, that's good stuff. Dude, when the mission is funny, you call Dave Chappelle. I don't give a shit if it's a movie, TV show, or a comedy special. He's good. He's funny. This is what a natural comedian is supposed to do. They're supposed to be able to be prolific. They're supposed to be able to put out specials every year. And, you know, it's not supposed to be a 6-year process, Joseph Rogan. So this is what it should be like. This is what I'm looking for. The mission is funny. Dave Chappelle is funny. I can't believe that people saw him and Joe Rogan at the same show, on the same bill. Ew. Dave Chappelle's funny. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe and like and stop being mean.